morning, teacher. Today we were going to present about wearable technology, especially a smartwatch. But the product that we were going to import is a smartwatch, and this watch has the body of a conventional watch, but goes beyond showing the time, since it has several functions that benefit the well-being of people. Also, the device is small and has a touch screen and a green sensor to read the heartbeat. And we choose this product since we are living in a time where health is the most important thing, and that is why through this wearable you have the opportunity to monitor health issues on a daily basis. It has various functions such as sleep monitor, heart rate monitor, blood pressure, and oxygen monitor, intimate sedentary and drink water reminder, and physical activity monitor, gasometer, and is compatible for Android and iOS. About the business idea, according to the Global Data Report, the wearable market has a great projections of increasing its sales in the coming years, with COVID-19 as the main driver. And this growth is due to increased health and owners' characteristics during the pandemic. And it also has a great advantage because the smartwatch has a focus on diagnosis and remote monitoring and preventions, which adds value to healthcare. About Peruvian market demand, actually, smartwatches are still developing and gradually revolution the Peruvian market, and this is because consumers do not feel that the usefulness of these devices is of great importance. And however, Peru is one of the countries with the greatest growth potential due to the increase in health sensors that have been implemented in a smartwatch. Well, the target is people who are interested in monitoring their day-to-day, and the age range is wide. However, there is a higher percent of all people who use smart products to control their daily physical activity. The income, we say, is in e-commerce by Facebook and Instagram, and the value proposition is user monitoring. Cost, spending, and product. We buy 100 smartwatch, and the cost of product is $11.5, and the shipping is $2,045, and the total is $1,395. Also, we have to spending advertising, that is $5, and the packaging is $15, and the total is $1,415. The import logistic process, we import by Alibaba, and the company that we can use is UPS. The shipping is in 7 to 11 working days, and the FOB is $2,045. We have 3 steps. First, when choosing the product, it must be considered if the sale is wholesale or retail, if the supplier is real buy, and if it has a secure courier to send the goods. also take into account in the negotiation the delivery time and payment condition. Second is the supplier can request the service of DHL or UPS to carry out export formalities. And however, the exporter can do it himself or hire a freight forwarder outside the company. And finally, the customers must show proof of payment in order to receive this merchandise.
Financial instrument. We start with forfeiting. The party for this instrument are the exporter, the importer, the bank of the exporter that is the forfeiter, the bank of the importer that is the guarantor. The cost for use this instrument is the discount rate, the commitment commission, and force. Also, for the document for request this instrument is the forfeiting request and the export forfeiting framework contract. We have the factoring. The factoring, the parties are the exporter, the importer, the bank of the exporter, the bank of the importer. The cost depends on the drawer at the sector. The drawer the costs are the interest rate factoring, the cost, the convention for transfer, and the sector is the interest compensatory. The documents for request this is the framework contract for factoring client and the invoice to finance. We have the leasing. The parties that involved in this instrument are the exporter, the importer, and the bank of the exporter. Also, the cost is the interest, the commission for elaboration the contract, and the commission for structuring the leasing, and the commission for option to buy. Also, the document for request is the pro forma of assets to be financed, the state finance of SUNAT, the cash budget and projection for the lease period, the testimony of the incorporation of the company, the photocopy of the RUC, the consent info request from the guarantors, ECA, the export credit agents. We have two ways of finance, that is the pre-shipment finance and the post-shipment finance. The party that could request this instrument is the exporter and the banks of the exporter. The costs are the final rate export pre-boarding, the final rate of the export post-boarding, and the ports. The document is the credit framework agreement and the promissory note. SBLC. The parties are the bank, the importer, the seller, and the bank for the exporter, for the seller. The costs are the commission per issue, the managed commission carried, the managed commission suite, the commission of negotiation, and acceptance commission. The documents are the standby issue contract request, a promissory note filling agreement. The supply chain finance, also called the reverse factoring. The parties are bank, importer, seller, the cost, the interest rate, and ports. And documents are the paying service agreement, receivable purchase agreement, and the parent warranty. The structure finance is used for complicated finance. The normal finance couldn't use. The parties are the bank of the importer uh, and the importer. Also, we have the structure finance. This is the cycle in the chart. Mm. We have the commodity finance, that is the specialized finance for commodities and energy. We have the bank and the buyer. Also, we have the costs are the interest rate and the ports. Long-term finance is for finance that requires more than 5 years. The parties are the bank and the originator, and the types are the equity shares, the bonds, the venture capital, reference shares, internal accurate, and term loans. Aval. Aval, the parties are the bank, the importer, the seller, and the warrantor. And the costs are the issuance commission and execution commission. The documents that for request this is the current rental contract, operating license, a copy of the last monthly tax return, and an annual tax return, or a proof of payment. Other instrument that we could use is the finance of working capital. The parties are the bank and the importers. The costs are the discount interest, the compensatory interest, ports, commission for fixed collection service, commission for variable collection service, and the document for request is the disbursement request, a promissory note, and a promissory note filling agreement. We have the for financial derivative we have futures, synthetic forward option, and swaps. It's inconvenient for our project in future. Synthetic forward and forward is not convenient because the technology market advances so quickly. So the future price for this for these products could may fall in the future. Also, we have the auction and the swaps. Auction, I think, is convenient because we only pay for the right for the right for purchase, but it's not an obligation. So if the price fall, we don't have the obligation to buy the product. And swaps it's convenient because in long term purchase, maybe the exchange rate in Peru could change because the political instability in Peru. Thanks.
In the comparison of financial instruments, we consider that the factoring is the only instrument that applies to our business, since compared with others, factoring makes it easier for the importer to pay for products imported from China through the bank, and the exporter is able to collect the money in advance for the product sold simply by assigning an invoice recollection right to a financial entity, that is the bank, who will give him the total amount subtract from interest and commission. On the other hand, with the other instruments, it's difficult for the importer to use them because in some cases a guarantee is needed, or there is also legal protection for the importer in case he cannot pay on time, obtain serious monetary penalty. The next question, what green financing alternative could you use? For now, our company could not use green financing because our product doesn't help protect or care for the environment. However, we have future goals such as becoming a green company in order to generate monetary income, but causing a positive impact on the environment with our product. Therefore, in the future, we will manufacture the smart watch strap that will be made of 100% recycled plastic from the ocean. When we start this project, we will need a green loan to obtain financial help, since the financial provides company with benefits such as the absence of commission and reduction of the interest rate. These benefits are given to promote projects related to protection and preservation environment. The next question, which fintech could the company use and why? Our company will use for fintech for transfer and payment, which are Plin, Luquita, Yape, and Tuki. This will allow the client to pay without problems and without inconvenience. Since transfer by the digital means are safe, fast, and without commission. In addition, they save down time during their payment because they don't need to go to the physical store. The payment can be made from anywhere here. Also avoided the use of the physical money and the physical card. Another fintech that our company will use is Deloitte. Science provides financial advisory service, which will help develop strategy for the development and economy of our company. Deloitte provides mergers and acquisition strategy consultants that are for the external growth of the company in alliance with other companies to obtain advantage, such as the ease of entering a new market, the reduction of costs related to the growth process, or the speed of funding geographically. Another of the advice he offers is the transformation. That is based on the business being digitally competitive. Finally, the advice of the customer and digital marketing strategy, in which he helps create content through social networks and websites to reach a greater numbers of people and convey what the company offers or what is the future goals are. In total, our company will use 5 fintechs, which we believe are important.
The next is the financial risk and how to mitigate them. I have four risks. The number one is the credit risk. This is a risk principally for the exporter, and to mitigate it, you can request advance payment, bank warranty, letter of credit, or contract export risk insurance. The other risk is the currency risk. To mitigate the risk, it is recommended to use forward futures and other financial instruments. The other is the investment risk. To mitigate the risk, it is recommended to carry out a previous evaluation of the business and verify the profitability. It is also recommended to apply financial instruments. In the end, is the risk on rights and obligations. To mitigate the risk, it is recommended to carry out international purchase and sell contracts in addition to the use of Incoterms. For us, the challenge in this work is to be able to correctly identify the best financial instrument to apply in the import process, because during this time we worked with 10 different financial instruments, and each instrument have a different characteristic and is applied in different cases. Also depend of the different factors. For example, the size of the company, amount to import, the process, capacity of the importer for negotiation, and other factors. In conclusion, we decide such a smartwatch because lately people are opting for the use of the technology for their health care and buying products such as the smartwatch, and the demand for the product improved significant since in recent months. Smartwatch import have grown according to data by SUNAT 2021. Also, the import process will be carried out by air and with and for Incoterms, and we decide use the leasing for financial instrument, since it meets the requirements to be applied, and maybe can use other financial instrument, for example a factory, a option, or swaps. In the recommendation, is the recommended to invest in technological products since currently their consumption has increased. It is advisable to use financial instruments in import or export process since the risks of loss can be avoided. And other recommendation is use fintech since due to the COVID-19 pandemic, most payment processes are carried out in a virtual way. The most used being bank transfer or other technological application, for example, Yape, Tunki, Blink, and other applications.